Hello, welcome to our lo-fi presentation for the prototype of our app called Spine. So we will be presenting this application demo through the perspective of our primary persona, a tech-savvy reader. And some basic demographics and background for this persona is age of 17 plus, and has some sort of tech proficiency, has some sort of reading motivation, and engages in various different kinds of readings, and also uses the various amounts of digital tools for social interactivity, and basically having a basic understanding of apps such as Instagram for social interaction. The Spine application has four main features associated with it. The one that you're seeing right now is the feed page. Essentially, this page shows all the posts and books currently being read by your friends and yourself, also showing things like the comments and the amount of pages read. And then another feature here is the plus button here, which indicates an add post button. Essentially, this allows the user to add an existing book that they're currently being reading, or even a new book, which would also automatically get added to their reading log. And the reading log icon here essentially shows the completion progress of the user's books, and can and also allows the user to add new books to it. And then the final feature is the profile, which essentially shows the user's posts. This kind of has some sort of relation to Instagram, but essentially it relates the actual photo with the book that they're reading to kind of give some sort of context for their friends and other users that follow them. As you can see, that was our splash screen for our Spine application when the user first downloads the app and has to proceed to create their account. So for demonstration purposes, that will just be simply logging in without any username being entered. And this is our logo that we designed for the Spine application. So as you can see, it firstly goes to the feed page, which shows all the posts from the user's friends, and you can simply click on the comments button to view the comments and also add to a comment. So when I click it here, you can see the comment slides up, and you can see the thread of comments on a certain post, and there's a add a comment feature also at the bottom here, um, so which is connected to our Firebase, and we um, plan to have that fully implemented soon. And then the user can simply click on the top to slide the comments back down to view the feed once again. And then to add a post, the user can simply click the plus button here. So when the user clicks that, there's an option to either post an existing book or post a new book. And this is pretty intuitive because if the user wants to make a post about a new book, then they simply need to select that option. And as you can see here, they have the choice of selecting the plus button or the post new book button. So let's just click this button, and it takes them to their camera roll where they can simply select an image and then um, make a selection of next. And as you can see here, since the option was add a new book, there's a field here for them to add the name of the new book and the total number of pages of that book, since it did not previously exist in their reading log. And there's also a tick box which can indicate that the user has already read this, instead of typing the exact number of pages that they have read for this particular post. Um, and then we can also just go back and show the details for an existing book. So as you can see here, when they select an image, they can simply add a caption and also select an existing book. So if we click on this option, you can see the list of existing books in that user's reading log. So we can click things like East of Eden over here, and once again can also do things like mark book as complete. And there's a simple share button once all the, the, the fields are filled out. And once the user actually submits the post, then it will be automatically updated in the feed and the profile, while also being updated in the reading log. Finally, this is the reading log page, which connects to the posts that the user makes. And essentially, they can also update the number of pages they've read, by not necessarily making a new post, by simply going to this page and clicking update on a certain book. And this essentially allows the user to keep track of their reading progress without necessarily needing to share it with all their followers. And there's also a tally of the total books that they have read in their history, and also the total number of books that they've completed, which essentially gets tracked by when the user uh, gets the total number of pages of each book. We're going to hop over to our native Swift app that we created using Xcode, and right now we've just done the basic level functionalities. So our authentication works, and also the tab bars for our four main features show up. We actually mocked the login feature for the purposes of this demo, which makes it so that people just need to enter a username to be logged into the app. So we're just going to create an account. I'm going to put my name and initials and submit. And as you can see, when we did that, it links to our Firebase backend. If we just reload the page, we can see that a new user ID will be created as follows. And now if we hop over to our profile section, we can see that our profile name is listed there, which from the user ID also links to our Firestore database, where we have the list of all the users over here. And our data model is that we have the username, time zone, as well as when the app or the account was created. And this is the tab bar of the four other features, which will be the feed, the add post function, and the reading log. So those are our four main features, and from the demo of the Figma storyboard that we went through earlier, that's what we're going to be following for the design purposes, as well as thinking of accessibility functionalities such as what color scheme will help for those that have color blindness or impairments, as well as other considerations like making these icons bigger so that it is easily clickable by people who have such disabilities. I'm going to go through a bit of our data model and what we intend to do with how we're going to store and access data. So firstly, our model for controlling all the posts, we'll have a lot of metadata related to each post. For instance, the ID of the post that links to the users, as well as the comments. We're going to need a comments model as well to save the users that comments, as well as the text fields of what comments the users make, so that we can display it. We will also need things like the number of likes on each post. As it shows right now, we have the metadata of the image of the post, description, author, the title, as well as the ID. And for the users, we wanted to simplify things. So for right now, we're just going to have the username when the user was created, as well as an ID, so that we can link it to the posts.